Already know this is Pawn Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moo. Shot himself. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Garcia is a very smart man. Regardless if you're a fan or not, he's a very smart man. One of the phenom in the sport of boxing, interim WBC lightweight champion of the world, and the verge of becoming one of the most lucrative products in the sport of boxing. Ryan Garcia is a very smart man. Know how to advertise and market himself, and is very good at timing. And not just that, he knows what names to say when he's marketing himself. He knows what fan base either to, the fan base to pinch the nerve to. If you're going to talk about Manny Pacquiao, large fan base. Floyd Mayweather, large fan base. Canelo Alvarez, large fan base. Gervonta Davis, growing fan base. Shitting on T.O., shitting on Devin. Smart guy. Chilling with the Jake Pauls of the world. Doing interviews, that high traffic interviews. Very smart guy. Very smart guy. Now, recently, during Stephen A. Smith new show, Stephen A's World, which we all think that Stephen A. as a boxing, mind, save it for the real boxing fans or the hardcore boxing fans that actually follow the damn sport. But whatever, Stephen A. Smith, he is a credible voice when it comes to journalists on ESPN when it comes to boxing. But whatever, good interview though. Ryan Garcia, they asked him a question: who you think will win in their prime, Canelo Alvarez or Floyd Mayweather? Now we all know. To say that question is kind of like, come on, really? Like Stephen A. Smith, what kind of, really? In Floyd Mayweather's prime, you know that in his prime, is a lightweight, and probably in the beginning stages of a welterweight. But we already know that when Floyd Mayweather, pretty boy Floyd, when his hands was good, his fist was good, he was knocking people out, stopping people fast, and everything of that nature. Where his offense also dictated the fight, lightweight, early stages of welterweight. But you already know when his hands was failing him and he needed to adjust, and he was smart enough. You already know that Floyd Mayweather was one of the smartest dudes in the sport of boxing in and out the ring. But we're talking about, who will beat who in their prime. We already know that Canelo Alvarez's prime, when he fought Floyd Mayweather, he was not in his prime. Everybody knows that. Canelo Alvarez is in his prime right now when he reached the 26, 27 years old, when he captured 3 world titles in the span of 12 months. And of course, a lot of people be like, world title, well, he fielding, that's not a real world title. World title, I'm talking about world title, all right? I'm talking about the title that everybody else recognizes. Then that'll be 2. But Daniel Jacobs, Fielding, and Triple G. That's the prime Canelo Alvarez, and he's still in his prime right now, in which he just turned 30 this year. Still in his prime. Beating Kovalev 175. Coming right back down, beating Callum Smith, 4-division world champion. Right now he's in his prime. Do I believe Canelo Alvarez beats the middleweight, the super middleweight Canelo Alvarez beats the lightweight Floyd Mayweather? Of course he would. Now, if you gauge them in the same type of, if he was a bigger guy and he ain't had to jump 3 weight classes up to fight, nah. So, yes, legitimacy, yeah, in their prime, Canelo Alvarez will be too big for Floyd Mayweather. Too big. And let's give Mayweather this credit, that after that fight that Canelo Alvarez had with Floyd Mayweather, of course he'll learn some new wrinkles. That's the type of fight that you'll go back into the drawing board. When you're in there with a legend, you go back to the drawing board, you learn from your mistakes, and then you already know. After that, Canelo Alvarez has been a gym rat. Canelo Alvarez, you could see in the Triple G, the first fight in which people may feel that he still lost, but you saw the intangible, you saw the new wrinkles to his game when he's actually using footwork. A lot of people were saying, in that fight, regardless if you feel like he lost or won, you was like, he learned something from that Floyd Mayweather, because he was elusive, he was using his legs, and he showed the wrinkle that we all didn't think he had. But he learned. Canelo Alvarez is one of these fighters in this era that you see the progress in his style. You see that he put more tools in the toolbox. And I believe in the prime time, yes, what Ryan Garcia said. It's something to argue about. Oh my God, you heard what he said. But the thing that I'll say about Ryan Garcia that actually I cringed was when he was talking about the belts, when he was talking about Teofimo Lopez Stephen A. Smith, why don't you mention Teofimo Lopez? Why not everybody's mentioning Teofimo Lopez like the way you mentioning Javante Tank Davis or Devin Haney or things of that nature? Yes, we all frustrated with the WBC, Mauricio Sulaiman, a.k.a. Huggy Bear, a.k.a. The Pimp, a.k.a. Don Juan, Mauricio Sulaiman. Yes, that guy. We all know that he's pimping the damn lightweight. We saw Ryan Garcia with the belt, the WBC interim belt. We saw Devin Haney with the WBC. We seen Teofimo Lopez with the 2 WBC. We already know, man. Mauricio Sulaiman been making decisions while drinking Don Julio and Patron. We all frustrated with the WBC. We all frustrated with a.k.a. Huggy Bear. We all frustrated. But that doesn't mean Ryan Garcia should throw a Teofimo Lopez under the bus, because you know damn well that a guy like he beat Nakatani, beat Rich Comey, and beat Lomachenko. Now, I understand that now these fighters love to shame one another. You ain't do this, you ain't do that. But you know what? It actually does a disservice to you if you fight a Teofimo Lopez. Because if for you, he didn't fight nobody, oh my God, these belts are probably a manufacturer and things of that nature. And there's a loyal fan base out there that would love what Ryan Garcia is saying. But you know that is wrong. You know that's not really real. But the problem is this, that when fighters usually just shame fighters like that, then the fans will shame the fighters. Then the sport is all shamed up. It's just nobody's going to get credit. See, me, I'd rather give credit. If I'm in the lightweight division or any division and I'm talking about Triple G, or I'm talking about Canelo Alvarez, or I'm talking about 154, I'm talking about Jamal Charlo, oh yeah, I'm going to have pride and I'm going to say, yo, yeah, I'm going to beat Jamal Charlo. Or in my what's weight division, I'm going to beat Bud or Pac or Spence. But I would say these guys are my hardest matchup. This is the guy I need to beat so I could acclaim whatever status I need to. Because if you do fight them and then you win, you get the 100% just due. A lot of boxers out there always talking about, oh, I don't get 100% just due. If you stop shaming the fighter that you could potentially fight and earn all the accomplishments, then people will be like giving you your just due. If Teofimo Lopez to you, Ryan Garcia, you don't think that he did anything? You don't think that Lomachenko was nothing? 1, 2, 3 pound for pound, you could flip it around before that fight that he fought with Lomachenko? Then when you fight Teofimo Lopez, and let's say you beat him, what props you gonna get? Come on, man. Anybody could uplift each other without shaming. You don't have to kiss a dude's ass. We all know that. Excuse my language, damn it, it's a Christian show. You don't gotta kiss nobody's ass, but you gotta give them the respect. Y'all all from the same era. You gotta give Teofimo Lopez the respect for fighting Nakatani back-to-back with Comey and then Lomachenko. You gotta give him those props. Yeah, you saying that belts don't mean anything, so take that belt off your shoulder. And matter of fact, it's becoming apparent that belts don't mean nothing. Matter of fact, I've been saying it, that these guys are gonna be the trailblazers, and letting these belt federations know that you do not dictate my greatness. You do not, the belt federation, because they're doing a lot of shenanigans, and it's just not the franchise. It's also the Super WBA, and it's also not even the belts. It's also the rankings. And when fighters, promoters with a lot of cachet set petitions for certain fights, for certain position, when you see a guy that's ranked number 12, number 13, and then they petition for eliminator, and you see that 13 guy or that 12 guy shoots up to the number 2 or the number 4, that's also a problem in the sport of boxing. But a lot of fans don't like check day by day, week by week, month by month. If I suggest for the people out there, go check your IBF website, check your WBO, check your WBA, check your WBC, so you can see the shenanigans that's going on in the rankings. When there's no fights, you see people still going up and down, up and down. I already broke it down on my live show. All I'm saying is the belts is clouding a lot of shenanigans that's happening during the rankings. A lot of people's petitioning fights. There's fighters out there, oh my God, why Jackson Martinez didn't fight the fight with Rolly? Matter of fact, you got to ask the question, was Martinez even with a promotional company? With a promotional company, he's only signed to a management company that don't have the type of power to actually ask for that rematch. So there's the sources says to punch drunk. Now he's going to be fighting Richard Comey, which is a good fight. Probably a better fight. Maybe. I don't know. But Y'all already know that boxing is one of the most corrupted sport in the history of the sport of boxing. Yes, the belts, there's too many belts. I agree with Ryan Garcia. There is too many belts. A lot of people don't even know who the champions are. But that's up to the fighter themselves. The ones that got the power, like Devin Haney, who I would like for him to bring to trash that belt and send a message to the Mauricio Sudamon, aka Huggy Bear, aka the WBC pimps. I would like him to send a message that no. You would not shame the fighters. You do not dictate what's great and things of that nature. Don't give me a belt. I know I work hard. I have the potential and the skill set to eventually, inevitably, to earn my way as a champion. Here, take that to the garbage. I ain't gonna pay no sanctioning fees if I'm holding a belt that's actually watered down, and my contemporaries don't respect it. So I agree with Ryan Garcia. I agree with the Bill Haney's of the world that want to sue the WBC for their shenanigans. I agree for the frustration of a Teofimo Lopez, and we see Huggy Bear always laughing, always not answering the questions the way that we could understand it. He's confused himself, Mr. Huggy Bear. You know who you are. Look. All I'm saying, for the fighters, there's a lot of people that's going to shame y'all. There's a lot of people that are going to shame y'all. It's going to be independent media, but don't shame one another. You don't got to like Tio. Tio don't got to like you. Devin don't got to like you. Javante Tank Davis don't got to like you, but keep it real. Teofimo Lopez being Lomachenko and all the belts and all the accolades, this is why he's lineal. If anybody don't want to care about any of the title, how about let's care about the Jack Johnson title, the lineal. To be the man, you got to beat the man. And regardless of how you may feel, and regardless how much money you may make, when it comes to the lightweight division, the man to beat is Teofimo Lopez. That does not necessarily, I'm saying that all these fights are not great. That Devin versus Ryan Garcia shouldn't happen. Yes, it should happen. Tank Davis, Devin Haney, Cambosas, and Tio, Cambosas, Ryan. All these fights could happen. Or Helenarez is still there. Fortuna is still there. Nakatani is still there. Come on, there's a lot of fights to be made. Shout out to and also the rising of Michel Rivera. That's gonna be a good fight, a good mix and match fight as well. Come on, man. More respect into the game, and so the people on the outside could respect you the way that you should, because you are modern-day warriors, modern-day gladiators. You put your life on the line for pure entertainment. It takes more. I don't want people to actually analyze this sport the way they analyze basketball or figure skating or tennis. This is a life or death sport, and all these fighters should get the respect that they deserve, whether you're number 1 or number 10,000. You get in that ring, you got the statistical fortitude, you got a heart, you got a special heart. You get my respect. You are my modern-day warriors, modern-day gladiators. You put your life on the line for pure entertainment. You get my respect. All I ask is for everybody to stop the shaming, give what credit is due. That goes for the boxers, that goes for the fans as well, and the people that cover the sport. This is what I'm all about, unbiasedly, logically, and objectively. So, was Ryan right in the sense of what he was saying about belts being watered down? Yes. Was he right about Floyd Mayweather maybe losing to Canelo Alvarez in his prime? Yes, I agree with that. I don't agree with the, Teofimo Lopez hasn't done, and who did he beat? He beat that. Nah. He be a guy that was regarded by most people, not in his state, not in his country, not in his borough, not in his city, but the whole world of boxing, all right? As one of the best technicians in the world. He should get props for that. And you should get props also for being Luke Campbell, because that was a 50-50 fight. You want your judge due. You know why Ryan Garcia cried like it was the best thing that he ever done? Because you know there was a lot of people that wasn't giving you your judge due. There was a lot of things that you wanted to prove, just like you've been saying the whole summer. So stop saying that, oh my God, these guys hasn't done nothing. Because in reality, you just beat Luke Campbell, who really didn't have nothing, but you acted like it was a championship game, like Luke Campbell was probably Muhammad Ali. So don't act like you don't care. You care. Stop shaming, because you're only shaming your own legacy if you overcome the guys that you're shaming. Y'all already know, man. God first, everything second. Fight plus survive equals true champions. The best thing that you could do, everybody out there, the only opinion that I could give y'all is gain a relationship with Christ, gain a relationship with God. You already know, man. The best thing that you could do is gain a personal relationship. Your life is going to be so much better. God is beautiful. God is almighty. God is everything. Love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.